Shit, I forgot to see if I unequipped Kane's items. But yeah, so I'm going for the patriotic Fang setup, I guess. I don't know how you call it. And yes, I am playing the American version. Which is always good to see, I guess. There's a bomb in this bomb ring! What the fuck? Yeah, hopefully the slowdown won't be too bad. I'll just put the whatever, I guess. I'm gonna get OBS back up and do this, I guess. Trying to see if there's a way to disable those on-screen messages. I don't think there is. I might as well make the window bigger, I guess. Just for now. Since I'm only going to be using one window size for now. I don't even care, to be honest. I know that this version is like hard as balls, so I really don't even give a fuck. Yes, hello. You have to excuse the slowdown. And the blatant use of cheats. It's kind of sad that my phone can actually run DS games a lot more stabler compared to the computer. That's got to be some botched potatoes, I think. It can also do fast forwarding a lot easier too. But pretty much the main reason why I'm doing this is I've been wanting to get some sort of Final Fantasy satisfaction, I guess. And there's at least like 5 different versions of this one game. I actually recently found out that this so-called pixel remaster is like a cheat mode, which I think is kind of silly, to be honest. Says the dude who's using Action Replay, but it is what it is. But yeah, there's some bullshit localization wars going on or some shit. I just think it's fucking stupid, personally. I don't even know, to be honest. But if it's that bad, I'll just replace it with something else. I don't know if these dudes have weaknesses or not. I don't know if it's like listed on the beef scenario. Yeah, they don't have any weaknesses. I don't know, to be honest. I mean, if it's really that bad, I'll just do other things, but unfortunately, my Xbox is live right now, so I won't be able to play GTA for a while. It actually happened as I was doing a heist, which is always fun. But anyway, trying to find a decent cheat list to go through this game, quote-unquote, is a real pain, because there's no just skip battles or whatever. But basically, I got the no random battles while you're running. I'm actually going to remove one, because I'm probably not going to use it, to be honest. I don't know, maybe. Double walking speed, a widescreen code, which explains the black edges. The Gil multiplier code, which I wanted to change to 0, but I haven't had any luck, so I'll just leave it alone. Well, I've done it before, it's just unfortunate timing. I guess the Xbox whatever thing changes or updates at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, so at least it's one good thing I know. And apparently there's a code that makes it so that you absorb damage, so you're pretty much invincible. I had to hop on RetroArch to find the values to use the item that basically lets me use a nuke, I guess, if you want to call it, and one of the other buttons, or other codes, excuse me, basically lets you multiply your damage. So yeah, I basically have nukes in this, if you want to call it that. Being a role-playing game, there is a B scenario, so I guess it's probably why there's no other such options. But this game is pretty good though, but the graphics might pull away from some people, unfortunately. I don't know if there's similar Action Replay codes to the Japanese version. I'm just kind of doing this just to mess around, I guess. This isn't even my favorite version of the game, to be honest. Mainly because, for whatever reason, Square thought it was a good idea to have a New Game Plus cap. And that once you go through the game 3 times, you can't do another New Game Plus. Which is really stupid. Like, imagine you're playing Resident Evil 4 and you can't go for the game. The game caps at 5 rounds, which is just really silly in my opinion. Most games that have a New Game Plus mode at least let you play for as long as you want, because that's the whole point of New Game Plus. Is, well, to go for the game again, but with most of your stuff, which makes sense. A lot of action games have that, and for good reason. So you can basically reward yourself with a second playthrough and get for the game a lot quicker. Though in some aspects, they actually make the game harder, like having increased enemy numbers or whatever, or something. But yeah, this game for a reason has a New Game Plus in it, which I think is immensely stupid. Yeah, exactly. That's dumb. In case you're wondering what emulator this is Desnumi. I'm using the standalone version. Let me know if the audio's okay, by the way. Can always adjust it if need be. This is also, thankfully, one of those games where most of the action can be switched between the top and the bottom. It's not like some games where it has where you have to use both screens at the same time. And usually when you're on the overworld, it would it just shows the map, so there's really not much to see in the bottom screen. And since I'm using dirty action replay cheats anyway, the only thing that appears in the bottom per se is things like battle stuff or whatever. What's happened? Wow, what a horrible translation. But yeah, I guess in this version there's like this map thing, I guess. And you're actually encouraged to explore every nook and cranny so you can actually get a bonus item for filling it. So, since I have a code that as long as I'm running disables random battles, I'm going to basically be filling up the map. And as long as there's no cutscenes, I should be fine. Which I technically just did the Super Nintendo version. I have to find the PlayStation version. Because apparently a lot of people are kind of, I guess, finally starting to take notice of the site. And a lot of the main popular games have been unavailable due to a request of Entertainment Software Association or something. It's really stupid, to be honest. And I guess Nintendo's finally shut down Ryu Jinx as part of a cease and desist because I guess some people are showing the latest Zelda game on the emulator, so I guess you can still play them, it's just they won't be optimized for the latest games. Which does suck, but it basically, what really happened is that people kind of tend to, how the hell do you say it? I don't know, they basically ruined it for everyone. Like, it's one thing if you, like, buy the game and then play on the platform that you want or whatever, but there's another thing to just outright steal, I guess, and that's kind of what happened, basically. Everyone got greedy in the honeypot, and now everyone else has to suffer because of it. It's fucking stupid. It's probably a better analogy I can think of, but I can't think of one right now. But the main thing that really annoys me is, despite all this knowing controversy, people probably forget about it within a week when they announce, like, the new Pokemon game or something. Or they announce the Switch 2 and people will just forgive Nintendo because, you know, Nintendo still makes great games. It's just that they're a piece of shit people, I guess. Like, how delusional are people, honestly? It's like with voice actors. They can't separate the art from the artist. Like, I bought my copy of Advance Wars, and I'm still gonna play it on emulation, but I didn't steal from Nintendo because I actually bought their game. Because I actually love that game. if the levels carry over New Game Plus, to be honest. I don't know. Probably have to make a save, like, before we get to the part where, we actually turn into a paladin or something. But yeah, I'll see how far I get in this, and I'll probably do some Xenoverse 2 for a bit. Probably just try to focus on leveling up for now. It actually did take me a while to find like a proper set of cheats to go through the game, quote unquote, since this version is known to be notoriously difficult for whatever reason. I don't know if it's just the American version that's ridiculously hard or whatever, but it's not even the first and only ever video game to get scrutinized because of bad decisions or whatever. Like Streets of Rage has done it like all the time. Particularly Streets of Rage 3, but it is what it is. I know the Super Nintendo version has a skip boss battles code. I was gonna say, what? Did I enter a boss fight? No. Whoa, the game is giving me actual advice. What do you mean I have to go to the last save point? This is fucking stupid, dude. Wow, fuck this game, man. I can imagine someone actually being mad at the game, even though it's clearly telling you should probably make a save here so that you don't have to worry about dying or whatever. This game is fucking stupid. Yeah, I think this is the spot. Frame rate's gonna probably die, so then that'll open up a separate tab. There's actually a site I found that shows like a bunch of missable stuff. Should have probably bookmarked it, I think. I think this was before we set the computer. Oh, I'll just put up Final Fantasy IV missile. Oh my god, it's just a tweet. I'll just put Missiles Guide or something. Well, I guess this is the Steam release. I don't know if it'll really make a difference or not, but I'll just leave it there for now. Oh yeah, I have to check something. Alright, sorry about that. Alright, let's keep going. Well, there's the monster. Whoa. I somehow, like, went for the wall. Oh, I don't think it really matters. Prepare yourself! Well, here we go. Oops. Fuck. Damn it. Messed up the... There we go. Yeah, I probably messed up the window, I think. But... And yeah, I also said so I don't get any experience after each fight. Mainly because this game is a thing where... I don't know if it applies in this version, but I think it does in the other one, but like... Party members come and go, so it's kind of pointless to grind in the early game, because then you'll probably have lost that party member. This game is very stupid like that, if I'm gonna be honest. Oh shit, I'm supposed to use the lightning. Crap. I didn't hold down select. Oh, shit. I like how the fangs are called red, white, and blue, so you basically got patriotic nukes up in this shit. Except they're in the shape of fangs. Like the eagle, I guess. Do eagles even have fangs? I know they have talons or claws or something. Oh wow. Oh well. But yeah, I have the thing set where I gain no experience whatsoever. That's the main catalyst for such reasons. Well done. You managed to not suck. Well, here we go. Oh, what the hell? They actually added an extra thing that skipped it altogether. I think. I don't even know. Oh my god! The bombings! That barely did anything. Actually, in this version of the game, it actually does this instead. Okay. Well, Hey, I'm actually curious if the same values could be found for, like in the Super Nintendo version. That'd be great. I highly doubt it, but I'm going to try anyway. Otherwise, I'll take a screenshot, I guess, and just call it a day. Alright, let's go ahead and enter in here. Well, get ready for the famous line. Anyone who knows anything about this will certainly know what's coming up. Oh, shoot, I forgot to unequip the... Forgot to unequip Tella's ship. I do like how the game has little portraits on the bottom. And the weapon actually changes too depending on what you're using, which is kind of cool. Alright. Alright, let's get to it, as they say. Oh, I have to interact with the body? Oh, Anne. Sweet baby Anne. I'm actually curious how this guy's just gonna play out since this is more or less a scripted fight. You spoony bard! Ha 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 ha! Oh yeah, but my localization was right. If it wasn't for this, I don't think people would appreciate the English language, so it's just bullshit, honestly. Choke on your words. Oh shit, I'm actually curious if you can actually kill him. I highly doubt it. Just fucking around at this point, to be honest. Oh, sweet baby Anne. I guess I have to let this play out then, so I'll just load it and I'll just do something else, I guess. Probably get some milk. I really wish Desmond Me's rapid fire works properly though. It doesn't for some reason. I think it's fucking stupid. Come here! Alright, I'll be back. Oh my god, it's still not done yet? What the hell? Alright, I'll have to check it out in a little bit. Probably while I'm doing Xenoverse. Oh, Anna, sweet baby Anna. Oh, shit.
He disguised himself as a bard to avoid attention. Forgive me, Father, for running off with him. Edward, I'm in love with him, Father. But I could not stay without my father's blessing. I was about to return when...
The Fire Nation attacked, we know. We've heard the story a million times. Ha 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 ha. Hooray for hovercrafts. Alright, let's see if this actually works. I don't know if this will work or not, but I'll try. I'll just try like the original values, I guess. And that's if it works. Alright, we're getting there. Oh, we're getting there. I guess I'll add these, see if they do the trick. Alright, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. Let's see if this works. Fuck. Okay, that clearly was not it. Yeah, it must be a different value, I think, altogether. Wow. Alright, well. I'll just go ahead and keep on trucking, I guess. let's finish this up. Shit. We're going the wrong way. I think this is the cave. Whoa. Here we go, the ant lines then. Yay! Whoa. Alright. Alright, here we go. Time for another sappy event. Oh, sweet baby Anne. That night. Oh, sweet dear Anne. Ah, it's a Jawa. Aha! Ah! Oh. Even the fucking frame rate died. Wow. Jesus. Ugh! Alright. Sahagin. Alright. No weaknesses, really? Oh, wait. Okay, here we go, lightning. Of course. I never would have guessed. Oh, it didn't die. What the fuck? This was one of the most powerful mob enemy in the game. I love how these items don't do shit, by the way. That's good. Oh, I actually have to, wow. Alright. I'll just use it normally then and just go with the fist, I guess. I guess it's not a normal mental wind fight, I guess. Oh, excuse me. Punch, punch. Punch, punch. Alright, can I nuke this fucker, please? Ow. I guess not. Punch, punch. Yeah. Well. Look big. Oh, sweet baby Anna, please don't leave me, Anna.
Anna!
Edward, I can be with you but for this moment. The spirit calls me onward to become a part of it again.
Don't leave me, Anna!
Edward, you must be brave. Goldless cannot be allowed to have the crystals. You gave your love to me once. Now share it with all the world.
Anna, my love. I will try. But what would you have me do?
Oh, sweet baby Anna. Alright. Alright, best be moving. What a stupid phrase. I like let's go better. Well then. That was certainly something. Oh, Anna. Well, here we are. Alright, I'll probably, God, this music sounds extremely cheesy. Yay. Alright. I guess I'll keep going a little bit further. Hello, Mr. Monteville. I've not seen you on stream in quite a while. Hopefully you've been doing well. I'm actually about to do some, Dragon Ball Xenoverse 2. So, just give me a second while I, get this off the screen. I actually boot it before I reset the stream. I don't want you to think that I'm, leaving or anything, because, the setup I have to reset the OBS, but thankfully I can Oh yeah, me too. But it's at least we're living, and we can complain about it. Like with this so-called war on localization, apparently. And whatever bullshit is spewing from other people's mouths, I guess. And yet people have the gall to say I have the God complex, or that I'm a narcissistic, whatever the fuck. But I'll digress. I'm gonna go ahead and up the AC. I'm sure it's loud as hell. And yeah, I know Xenoverse 2 isn't the best game out there, but at least you can play a good chunk of it offline. It's still based on a relatively good series, I guess. At least it's more playable than that new Dragon Ball game that came out. Not the sparking one, but the other one that came out, Dragon Ball Z Kakarot, which is just yet another retelling of the first 3 sagas. Which I could go on a whole ass rant about that, but I'd really rather not, to be honest. But anyway, give me a second, and I'm gonna switch over to the game capture. So don't fret if the stream dies for a second. I actually have to do that so I can show the game screen. So give me a second. Yeah, I don't blame you on giving up on Dragon Ball, to be honest. Like, there's even things in Dragon Ball that people be considered as woke or whatever the hell it's called. Like, you have characters like Kefla, who's just basically a much more fast learner compared to Goku, which is kind of crazy if you think about it. Like, people want to complain about girl bosses and shit, and yet you have that exact same thing in Dragon Ball. It's just people don't really realize it, or that I'm way behind in the loop. I think that new Dragon Ball game did come out, though, but I unfortunately don't have enough funds to buy it. And even if I did, I didn't want to go against the whole don't pre-order game thing, because people tend to really go against that, especially if it's a Nintendo game or a From Software game. Oh, yeah, let me actually get the sound on. I'll try to, oh god, no, not music. I don't want to get fucking, DMCA claimed to some shit. I love how the most I love how the most standard names compared to usual stuff you can get for AI teammates. Oh yeah, it comes out on the 10th. Okay. At least it's finally coming out for all systems, I think, so Xbox players can finally play the damn thing. Unless someone coming on Switch, and that'd be really fucking stupid. But just to set my ground, I'm not exactly the biggest Dragon Ball fan. I just think that Xenoverse 2's gameplay is at least more interesting to me than most games, if I'm going to be honest. I hate to sound like such a fucking normie. Well, there is technically stamina management, and not even just the one that is STM or whatever, or that moves costing key, and it at least has much more engaging combat than fucking Dark Souls. I'm not even gonna go into that shit right now. Although unfortunately AI does cheat in a lot of various ways. And this game does have some pretty shitty DLC practices, but I guess one thing I would give credit for this game is that, one, you can play offline, so you don't have to really worry about internet connection too much. And number two, despite the game being pretty old at this point, it is still, or was, getting content updates with the occasional DLC pack. So it's I'll give credit where credit is due. But I also mainly enjoy the combat, I guess, if that makes sense. I'm just more or less playing this because I know Yuval's into the game as well. In that it's okay, let's be fair. At least the game is still playable and it's not a clicking sim, if that makes sense. You're still playing the game. It's just at least there was one other Dragon Ball Xenoverse game that came out, and they pretty much chose to focus on that instead. But even with the Sims, they've always been doing that shit since like the very first one. But they basically just said, instead of making a third Xenoverse, let's just dump all the resources into just updating the second game. And also, I guarantee a lot of the expansions for The Sims have basically been shit that's been recycled ever since the second game. Okay, I'm guessing I have the really generic names because I'm technically playing in offline mode. So I have the most ridiculous names ever. Not that it really matters, to be honest. But at least with Xenoverse specifically, it's, I guess it does have its fair share of DLCs as well, but I say it actually adds to the game in my honest opinion, but I'm not going to act all shill on like some people, to be honest. I at least can still play the game offline and get more or less the same stuff. I think the only thing that really adds is just extra parallel quests, which is basically the side missions of the game. And the reason why I'm fighting this particular character is because there is a mission, a series of expert missions, most of which you have to finish the story if you want to unlock the rest. Which are definitely, the name expert mission definitely shares the same because they're fucking hard as hell, but the last two they actually do are actually pretty easy since you're just fighting Goku and Vegeta. I'm fighting Vegeta because basically it's just a simple 5-minute fight. And the other one with Goku, you start with a lot of less time and you have to basically pummel him if you want to get the goods. But basically there's this currency system which did eventually turn into a microtransaction. Yeah, it's one of those games. But at least you can earn them relatively for free, I guess, if you want to call it that. I think you give it 5 when you clear a parallel quest the first time, and then you can do excerpt missions to gain a shit ton, and this one happens to be the easiest, I guess, compared to the other ones in the game. Ah, fuck, I picked Goku by accident. Oh well. Whoops. But speaking of yearly products, Mortal Kombat Deception turned 20 years old apparently, so I can't wait for Ed Boon to fuck that up somehow. It's I do like Mortal Kombat Deception, but I really don't like the training sequences in that game. They just last way too fucking long. That's one of my biggest issue with the game, to be honest. And Scorpion's particular in the actual story is actually bugged to the point where if you quit it, you're just kind of fucked. It's still an overall solid package, though, but because it's not a 2D Mortal Kombat game, people wrote it off because, you know, people have such super strict-ass standards that's not even funny. I would do GTA, by the way, but unfortunately my Xbox Live Gold right now, so I can't even do that if I wanted to. Not that it would make for the most exciting stream in the world, but with my external hard drive for the Xbox being kind of fucked right now, I've been mainly playing this and GTA with Yuval. More or less the other one, because I guess with his, and whatever, I guess some of the online missions tend to make his game lag a bit, which is unfortunate. Like, it really does set in that Teleport Z. Dragon Ball Z teleportation lag, I guess. Wait a minute, the fucking settings aren't even synced. Son of a bitch. Hang on. Okay, it should be fixed now. Yeah, I have a delay on the console and not a delay when I'm doing PC, so I probably fucked up the rhythm entirely. But yeah, basically in this game, I guess one of the updates added the option to level up your character with time patrol medals, and I believe they upped the player level or increased the level cap. I believe it costs 200 TP medals for every one level. Beavis would be so proud if he were an actual human being. And I picked Goku again. Oh well. Speaking of new game releases, I've seen people praising Silent Hill 2, and while you could make an argument that the game might actually be good, it doesn't. Just because a game gets good reviews doesn't mean that it can be like immune from criticism or that the game's gonna actually have faults, whatever. Kind of like a Elden Ring, but I'm gonna fucking digress on that too. The very same game that has Type A, Type B bullshit, but yet you can't criticize Elden Ring for that. But we'll sure never hear the end of it if any other piece of media does it. Ironically enough, The Sims actually does let you customize your Sims genders in such various ways. I know it sounds really fucking obtuse, but at the very least you can add custom pronouns if you want to go absolute balls to the wall with the Tumblr tier of pronouns and shit that Big L talked about a long ass time ago. Then sure, I'm all for it. Yeah, fair enough. The only game I'm really looking forward to is Streets of Rogue 2, to be honest, and that's not coming out till the end of around Halloween. So there's still a little bit ways to go. The only other game I'm really looking forward to is that Phantom Breaker game, but that's not coming out till next year, so I don't have any reason to be excited for it, to be honest. But I know Streets of Rogue 2 is definitely going to be the game I'm going to be playing, provided it doesn't suck, which it really shouldn't, but, you know. I was really stoked for Shakedown Hawaii. Well, I wouldn't call it a bad game, it's just, it doesn't feel nearly as impactful as Retro City Rampage did. And I don't say that lightly, because I fucking love that game. And I felt that Shakedown Hawaii could have been, like, the biggest game ever, but yet I just didn't feel as much compared to it. But I'll remain optimistic for my sake, I guess. Not gonna pull a low tier guy and say, oh, when the game comes out, the game comes out. But it's, there's still plenty of other games I could play within the backlog. I've actually been doing Final Fantasy IV lately because I wanted to, I don't know, boredom, I guess. But this war localization is so fucking stupid. Like, it's just pointless to me. Like, I thought people just avowed anime because of bad localization, but now it's apparently getting to the point where it's, even the Japanese call it, and now it's just turned to a big fucking war. It's almost as if we've been telling people for a very long time that this shit is just gonna happen or implode at some point, and yet it finally happened. I don't know, it's just fucking bullshit, honestly. Like, the bad localization is how we got things like You Spoony Bard or whatever fuck, that one anime that got, like, the most hilarious English dub ever or something. I forget what it was called, but it's, it was just like, they just didn't give a shit. Or I guess even by this logic, fucking, Team 4-Star is just seen as bad now because, you know, they didn't translate Dragon Ball properly or some stupid shit. I think generally the last piece of good media, at least that I've noticed that actually had a decent translation, was Akiba's Trip, the original game that got released worldwide. Not the sequel, the original game that was PSP exclusive. The only thing I didn't really agree with is that one joke which I mentioned in that video, which at worst was just me stating that, wow, this girl who wants to basically sexually assault another female but then scold you for wanting to shit people, it just seems really fucking asinine, but I'm not gonna fucking go on a war about it. It's just like, wow, that's just really fucking stupid. Whether it's the Japanese dub or the English dub, it's just really fucking weird, to be honest. I still feel the game should have at least gotten a much more, stream died? What? Oh, I had to reset, fuck. Okay, is it working now, or am I gonna have to send, DMCAs on people? Oh yeah, that's actually because when I switched to the console, I forgot to change the setting to have it sync with the gameplay. You didn't really miss much, just the usual live stream tangents that people don't like, I guess, because, you know. Well, yeah, you didn't really miss much. I was just going on about some shit. Nothing too unusual besides the localization war that's going on in the XCOM apparently or some shit. You have to forgive the repetition, but I am trying to power level. This is the most efficient way of doing it. But people get really fucking stupid about when it comes to English or Japanese, honestly. Like, it's one thing if you don't prefer one version, but people just take it so extreme it's not even funny. Like, if people say that I'm a narcissistic or whatever, or I have a god complex, at least I'm just trying to be reasonable. Let me see. Just checking. Oh yeah, I have to boost the attributes. Forgot to do that. Oh yeah. Yeah, I basically reallocate my stats again so I could have max key move damage, and of course I picked Goku again. What the fuck? And of course max key so I can throw out more of the Super Destructo Discs, which probably the most damaging move I think in that category. Though it's you have to get it for the extra missions, which is always fun, but it's definitely worth it. And yes, this game is PvP, but it's fucking garbage. Like, I actually rather go through Dark Souls PvP than actually go for the PvP of this game. It's fucking stupid. So I just had to set my bindings. And yes, I'm using the rapid controller for this because I'm basically having the holding down the B button to spam Super Destructo Disc like I'm a failed DeLon Sparrow zoner, which, dude, I swear, his fucking gameplay in Mortal Kombat. Have you seen the clips I've been posting from Nikolai or whoever? I could actually talk about that because I could go on a good minute about this. Like, I think the Mortal Kombat 1 expansion came out, whatever, and they added Sector, which, okay, they gender bent Sector, whatever. The dude's playing Sector, and yet Sector always had a teleport, and yet he complains about other people or other characters having a teleport. It's like, dude, you're playing a character who has a teleport, and yet you're going to complain about people having a teleport or whatever? And he always uses Motaro's assist or whatever, and I just don't think it fits his playstyle, and yet he barely uses it, and yet when people use the assist like they're supposed to, he gets pissed off. I think Motaro has his fireballs, which for some reason don't spit out blood anymore. It's kind of a shame, to be honest. I don't like in Mortal Kombat 3 when he fires that orb at you, and if it hits, it actually spits out blood, so that's kind of disappointing, to be honest. I'm not going to get into that. Such autistic nonsense, because, you know, God forbid you can criticize a game, but like, he also has this assist or whatever where he can also teleport you, and yet he barely uses it, so he's not even utilizing Motaro's full assist, and yet when Sector came out, he's been pretty much using nothing but Sector, and yet has a teleport move, and yet gets mad at other people for having a teleport move. It's like, this is like the dudes from Power Rangers, the two idiots, or whatever the fuck, Bulk and Skull, I think the names are. What the fuck? I picked Trunks. God damn it. I don't want to beat up my dad. Fuck you, game. At least the load times in the Series X version is pretty good. I guess they optimized the game for Xbox Series and I assume PlayStation 5, which is good. I'm still very much annoyed I wasn't able to play the Xenoverse version. Xenoverse wants to get the skills easier, but I just legit gave up on it. I've also been doing one of the do PC games. For some reason, the external hard drive that I installed to just like completely craps out if I'm trying to install something. Because I've been wanting to install GTA 5, but every time I do so, the fucking thing just like freezes up and I can't even really do anything with it. So I'm gonna have to get another freaking hard drive just so I can install games I can play online or whatever. Must have done something really bad to screw it up. I really don't know, to be honest. I really hope GTA 6 at least has crossplay for online play, but I highly doubt it. But like I said, I'm sure Rockstar's gonna fuck it up somehow. People will be like, "Oh no, we'll give it a chance." Okay, yeah, you gave Rockstar too many chances. I'm sorry. Yes, it'll suck when the GTA Online server shut down or even Red Dead Redemption 2 server shut down, but one, there's so many other games that people could be playing, and number two, there's other better Rockstar games you could be playing, even something like GTA 3, or Vice City, or San Andreas, or even GTA 1 and 2, or even Grand Theft Auto Advance if you want to really go all nostalgic and shit. It's the only decent portable GTA game besides Chinatown Wars. The Game Boy Color ports of GTA 1 and 2 are just fucking terrible. So since I've been meddling around with RetroArch's cheat finding system, I might want to see if I can try to find some cheats for there, but that's about it, really. They're just fucking terrible ports, period. Ambitious, maybe, but they're just not even close to being good. I also really wish that Payback got like a Windows release. It's basically a really old GTA 1 clone. And I say GTA 1 clone specifically because it plays a lot like those games. But the problem is that it was only released on Mac, and I believe the only version of the game that was released was on the Game Boy Advance, but it was only in Europe. It actually runs pretty well for a Game Boy Advance game, but it just looks like shit. Also, it's a really weird multiplayer mode. I don't know if it works, to be honest, but now that is an ambitious game. It just sucks that it never got released in anywhere else except for Europe. Let's see. Anyway, how are things with, has Kino uploaded any clips about Review Tech or no? I've been mainly watching their, older clips of Rich because it's, I don't know if they're exactly any better right now considering the bullshit with DSP or anything of the sort. Actually, I'm making my own playlist, a private one, but with the short clips I moved over because I just think they kind of clog up the actual playlist, in my opinion. And removing the oh, I haven't been watching anything. Shit. My apologies then. I just really have the reruns in the background since it does make for some good background noise. Like, I actually remember when I was going through Dead Rising 4. Yeah, Dead Rising 4, how nostalgic. I actually had their clips in the background, was like going through the game and trying to uncover the secrets and stuff. Yeah, I understand. I'm not just into the locale stuff myself, to be honest. I think it's fucking stupid, but I at least get to see Wings pretty pissed off even for a moment, so I consider it a rare instance of me being remotely interested. My favorite part, though, is that despite the bullshit, as soon as he went back to streaming Battlefield 5, he just went back to the usual shit. So, in actuality, really nothing has changed. The only difference now is that he's going to have to grow back his fucking hair. And, of course, his eyebrows, so that's going to be fucking amazing. Yeah, exactly. I don't mean to bring such toxic negativity, but it's I know Breaking Banquet hasn't uploaded in a good while. I was like, oh, they actually upload something that seems interesting, and it's it actually piqued my interest. So, but I have a good feeling this is going to go back to the bullshit as usual. I don't mean to brief such things myself either. I just wanted to see the goods. And I just had to share because I just thought it was funny, to be honest. I don't know if you want to. I don't know if I call myself an A-log or if people like me or whatever. Maybe I'll see what they're doing once in a while, but I'm not like as obsessive as I used to be. Yeah, basically. Honestly, Boogie's no better, especially since he was lying for about the cancer shit. That's just fucked up, honestly. I never really had any nostalgia for him either, but just lying about something like that is just all kinds of fucked up. So it's just a fucking circus show. Nice spot in the chat, by the way. Everybody knows Easter. Yeah, everyone knows our Lord and Savior Jesus Christ fought the Easter Bunny in that one episode of South Park, so it must be true. But thank you for the very insightful comment. I'm pretty sure it's a bot, to be honest. I guarantee if I were to Google it, I would find similar cases. And yes, I actually allowed random non-subscribers to comment because I figured it might actually help the streams when most of it isn't active. Because I'll be honest, most of the streams I do don't really get that much traffic from random people anymore. I guess because of my streaming setup or whatever, but it's I guess not playing the latest and hottest games or whatever. So that's whatever. Oops. Oh, God. I'd rather not, actually. I don't want to subject myself to just cringe. And besides, I'm already playing enough cringe as it is. I mean, I'm playing Dragon Ball, for God's sake. I'm pretty sure people consider that shit cringe. I just enjoy the gameplay, period. At least the combat is, besides this particular instance, a lot more engaging and more demanding than the likes of fucking Dark Souls. So it's, I know it doesn't really help my case since I'm technically doing an excerpt mission. You have 5 buddies to basically gang up on Vegeta, but I'm mainly doing this so I can advance my level, whatever. And also the helping aid for Yuval whenever he goes back to this game. So technically killing 3 birds with 1.5 stone. It's not exactly my forte, but it's at least it's a game I can enjoy offline, and it's not the worst game I could play, I guess, to be honest. At least it's more fun in Elden Ring. Even having that small bias of nostalgia for Dragon Ball, at least the gameplay is pretty good. It's just unfortunate it's probably the worst showcase of it because, first of all, I'm basically spamming the Super Destructo disc, which is apparently unblockable. And despite being an extra mission, is ridiculously easy. And it's also, unironically, one of the better methods to farm time patrol medals since I want to try to reach the level cap. And it's also at least more replayable to me than something like Destiny or even Helldivers, since you can actually play it offline. There is local multiplayer, but it's so fucking terrible that I even wonder why it's even included in the first place. I mean, it's definitely not as replayable, nowhere near compared to Budokai or Budokai Tenkaichi or even any Dragon Ball game before and since then. It's just not even that well prepared, to be honest. Those other hope that this game's basic main plot point is that it basically involves time travel. We don't know how well that fucking goes. Maybe. I actually got this helmet because I actually wanted to change the accessory, but unfortunately you cannot change the accessory of like tails and stuff, so I ended up just keeping the medal, and it might be Cobra Commander, but I guess what the helmet's name is. I want to change the helmet to a black color, but you can't change the color of certain helmets for some reason. Unfortunately, they're matching. I guess you have to go to the Time Patroller shop in a second after this. Unfortunately, there is no armor that I could find that might make it match it, unless I go on some sort of website or something. I also looked up the created characters' voices in this, and apparently male voice 1 for the Japanese version is actually the same voice actress as the white-haired chick from Senran Kagura. I'm not even kidding. And I kind of forgot her name, to be honest, because I haven't played that game in a while. The tomboy girl. Miyabi. There we go. Yeah, apparently she has the same voice actress as Himori Hirata. Yeah, exactly. So I basically suck with it since it's hell, why not? You can't use it on the female characters, unfortunately, because I know there's actually a pose you can do, which basically buffs up your attacks. It is very weird, and it actually comes from Ribian, a character when I first saw it, I was like, what the fuck is this character? I'm not exactly knee deep in Dragon Ball like some people, so I was like taken aback. Yes, exactly. Anyway, I guess go to the TP metal shop, but no, it's not. It's not toilet paper, thankfully. Let me see what outfit this is. I don't remember. Whoops. Yeah, Angel's helmet. I don't believe there is a outfit that matches Cobra Commander. So I would have to find some other outfit that might be better at it. But one thing about this game that really pissed me off is that this is one of those games that has a rotating online shop system, whatever. So I don't know what date it is exactly, but like every other week or whatever, the Time Patroller outfits, or Time Patroller outfits, excuse me, the Time Patroller metal shop might have something different, and if you didn't get it on that week, you're basically fucked. This not only goes for cosmetics, but also abilities as well. I could maybe paint this blue, I guess, but the metal prices are insane. I could probably paint this to look like Mega Man, maybe. Except for the shoes, though. It looks terrible. But considering the prices of the metals, it's just awful. And I'd rather use them for something more interesting, like actually leveling up my character. But yes, unfortunately, this is one of those games with microtransactions, and while you could earn the medals by playing the game, people will go on about such things, but it's just a bunch of bullshit, honestly. Like, people want to complain about people complaining about microtransactions in Devil May Cry because you can just play the game easily, but then what about other games where it's exactly the same? Like, shit on Far Cry 5 all you want, but you can earn the silver bars just as easily as playing the game. I just think it's fucking stupid, especially in Devil May Cry 5's case, where the very mission we get the Faust is the very same mission we can literally farm red orbs. I really don't care that Capcom has done in other games. This is not a pick and choose battle to be mad about microtransactions in games, to be honest. Obviously, yes, it's a bad thing no matter what game, but the major difference is that some games are not as extreme about it, while others can be. I say this game is honestly in the middle, because you don't necessarily need to buy them, but there is an online rotating shop system, so that can really get distracting. But in some games like Far Cry 5 or even Devil May Cry, I argue they're not intrusive at all, but it still shouldn't be in the game. But that's just my opinion. But somehow people see it as a bad thing because, you know, let people spend the money if they want to take the shortcut. Well, what about games like Metal Gear Solid 5 then, where you literally have to wait in real time just to complete upgrades for your fucking mother base? Oh yeah, I haven't played Dragon's Dogma, unfortunately, so I'm probably missing on a great game, to be honest. I know there was like the original version, and then there was like an updated version of the original version or something. Which, considering it's Capcom, I'm not surprised they've done that. Yeah, fuck Metal Gear Solid 5. I didn't like it. I didn't like the game as I played it, and I'm just like, I'd just rather play literally any other game. I'm definitely not even interested in the remake, to be honest. Yes, exactly. It legit felt like a mobile game. It's actually kind of why I'm nervous to play Peace Walker, because a lot of the elements from Metal Gear Solid 5 came from Peace Walker. Which is very disheartening, because I really like the Metal Gear Solid games. I haven't put as much time into 3 compared to the other games, but I'd still rather play those than, like, the Metal Gear Solid games that are out now. But part of the main reason why I didn't like it is just the scoring system and how fucking stupid it is. Like, at the very least, I think even... How do you feel about the Hitman games? I'm still pretty sure that if you were to play Hitman and you want to get a silent assassin, you couldn't just fucking run and gun. Like, why do they have to turn Metal Gear Solid's scoring system to what Devil May Cry did? That's my main issue with it, personally. Like, if you want to get the best ranking in the game, you shouldn't be spotted in a sneaking game. I think the second highest you get in Hitman, if I remember correctly, is professional. But if you want to get the Silent Assassin ranking, you have to actually play the game correctly. But I'm pretty sure even in the Hitman soft reboots or whatever, you still had to actually not be spotted if you want to get the best ranking in the game, even if there is a scoring system. And I don't think Metal Gear Solid 5 did that at all. Yeah, I remember you making that joke a while ago. Ban everyone that comments about my appearance, even though he literally shaved off his fucking beard and fucking eyebrows. Literally nothing has changed. Except now he just looks like a fucking thumb. Literally nothing has changed. Which is kind of sad, to be honest. Oh no, Cam didn't fire me. This was just punishment for, whatever fucking bullshit that he did. I just really came for his rage and yelling at Boogie. And that's about it, really. Because he hasn't exploded like that since the whole look here, look, listen thing. I'm not even joking. Yeah, basically. Maybe unless he plays like Dark Souls or Elden Ring, I probably won't post it too much. But I just wanted to show like him actually yelling and like exploding and shit. Like even the Black Ops clips is just more or less the same shit, just whatever stupid shit he says or whatever his fans say that's like maybe worth sharing. But literally nothing has changed. Oh well. But yeah, I didn't like Metal Gear Solid 5. It's, I'd really rather just play for Metal Gear Solid 4 again. Or even 3 if I'm feeling desperate, I guess. Hell, I'd rather play for Metal Gear Ghost Babel, that Game Boy Color game that people don't really talk about, to be honest. I don't think it's canon to the games, but it actually plays really well for a Game Boy Color game. The animations on Solid Snake are actually really good. And I'd say it's a fairly decent mixture of the PlayStation game as well as the MSX games, but it's not super convoluted like those old games, I guess. The only thing that sucks, though, is that there's stages so there's really no backtracking, so you can't really get lost, but I know that Metal Gear Solid, like, you could backtrack all the way from where Metal Gear Metal Gear Rex is all the way back to the heliport. You can't do that in Metal Gear Solid Ghost Babel. Like, once you get to the Garuda Fortress, that's it. So technically, it is technically a linear experience, but it still has the same elements of sneaking, and a fairly decent mixture of cutscenes to gameplay. Well, there's no zero voice acting, so you get different levels of bleeps and shit. But it's still told surprisingly well, in my opinion. So I definitely recommend it if you want a different Metal Gear experience. I know also after you beat the game, you can actually unlock a series of special missions, which are basically where you replay the levels again, but you have special objectives like clearing the levels in a certain amount of time, or some levels have special missions like we have to find Mei Ling, or beating an entire level while having the alert on all the time. It's actually really interesting stuff. It even has most of the VR missions from the VR training disc, or whatever you want to call it, from Integral. And of course, Claire now loves to unlock the sound test, but if I'm going to be honest, there's really no incentive to finishing all the special missions besides getting context for the story, but that's about it. But it's still a fun time regardless, and especially for a Game Boy Color game, people don't really talk about it at all. The music's also really good too for a Game Boy Color game. Like, it's a game I can genuinely 100% recommend, despite it not being canon to Metal Gear. It's just a fun game, period. Oh, wow. But yeah, I'm pretty sure he's gonna probably do some stupid shit next time he streams. Honestly, he really should be playing games like Battlefield and Call of Duty because people are gonna stream snipe him. If people actually try pretty hard to stream snipe him in Dark Souls or even Elden Ring, to be honest. But I guess it makes some money, fair enough, but I'm pretty sure there's plenty of other ways to play those games without being stream sniped or whatever. I think he was actually playing Final Fantasy Tactics during his pity stream, which is a rarity, honestly. But honestly, just the way that I see it, like, if he wasn't just a shithead with the way that he abandoned his camping trips or whatever the fuck, I think people would have feel sorry for him, but he keeps pulling the same shit over and over again. And it's like The Boy Who Cried Wolf, which is exactly what the title was for the Breaking Banquet video that showcased that shit, or whatever. It's like, you can only bluff so much before people just like, ah, fuck it, who cares? It's like Chicken Little, but a lot worse. Instead of Chicken Little, you get KFC. That's really fucked up, but still, you know what I mean. Maybe. Like I said, I don't really follow the local live stuff. I just think it's fucking stupid. I personally have no interest in Boogie, and after him lying about the cancer thing, I just have absolutely no interest. And he's another beast entirely. And I don't really follow his antics as much as other people, so I just kind of don't care, to be honest. Like, even most of the uploads of Breaking Banquet, whenever he clips local, I just tend to skip it because it's just stupid shit anyway. It's I don't know. I just don't find it self-interesting. That's not why I became a follower, if you want to call it, of Wings. I just like to see his antics being pissed off in games. That's pretty much it. Most of the other shit now is just nowhere near as interesting. But unfortunately, he just takes his own downfalls, and it just ends up being more of a train wreck. Wings belongs to Zoo, oh my god. I'm sure if I were to play this game, he would actually make a Majin because he can actually recreate him properly. Yeah, he is. It's not even like the good type of animal. It's just all kinds of fucked up. Which is why people don't really feel sorry for him that Breaking Banquet exposed his video of him, whatever. And I'm pretty sure there's other sources that are doing it. It's just that Breaking Banquet is like the most popular one right now. It's easy when like, oh, I'm gonna get that Breaking Banquet channel shut down. It's like he's literally learned nothing from when Sean Rankin was around for a while. Like, unless there's something I missed, I don't think Breaking Banquet's one of those troll channels that just does stuff even worse than Wings' trolls or whatever. I think it was like Wings 007, Lord of the Wings or whatever. They would just, they just ended up being even more scum of the earth than Wings himself, which is kind of stupid to be honest. It's like you're getting A-log Wings, and you're basically being even worse than the person you're trying to make money out of. It's kind of like with Review Tech USA in a way, to be honest, except on an even more super scale, and the roles were reversed if you think about it. Oh yeah, Big Bang Shark Attack. Oh my god. But if you're gonna play more Dark Souls, I guess you probably do fine, because I know people like people playing that game, I guess. Or Elden Ring, I guess, if people want to be bothered with that shit. I still remember that he wanted to get Lords of the Fallen and Lies of P, but he said he didn't have enough money to afford it, and he made his excuse that he couldn't afford to spend money in games that would make him no money, but yet he bought fucking Call of Duty, and he's probably gonna buy Black Ops 6, so I just don't believe that shit anymore. And yet he chose to buy the Elden Ring DLC, and I think he barely plays it now. Or he plays it on his off-stream while eating fucking chili Doritos and shit. Lord of the Fries. I'm actually disappointed that the Lords of the Fallen reboot I heard wasn't as good compared to the other one. I'm just tired of the Souls-likes, to be honest. There's only maybe a couple that I might be interested in playing, but I don't know if they would like make for a good game, to be honest. Like, people say, oh, Black Myth Wukong is not a Souls-like. Yes, it is. Yeah, Code Vein was fun. But people crapped on it because anime Dark Souls, even though Dark Souls is basically Western Berserk. So why is one okay and the other one isn't? I haven't watched God Eater, unfortunately, so I wouldn't know. I just looked at Code Vein like, oh shit, this looks like a really fun game, and I actually really liked it. Once got past the Cathedral, of course, because that was like a lot of people's roadblocks, unfortunately. But then I witnessed greatness, and only very few parts after actually really pissed off. It's a real shame that the DLCs are fucking terrible, though. That I'll definitely admit. The DLCs are fucking terrible. They're not even like what Dark Souls DLCs are like. We actually got like a new area. There's this thing in the game where you basically access these chalice dungeons or whatever, and I guess the DLCs decided to add in these chalice dungeons, I guess, and they have like some of the most notorious bosses ever put in a Souls-like. It's fucking ridiculous. And you don't even get access to them. You don't even get access to them until you beat the boss that's after the Orange Saint and Smo wannabe, which is quite a bit late into the game. You at least get decent the skills you can equip at least, so it's not completely a waste of money. But the bosses themselves aren't exactly the most refined experience in Souls games, period. I also kind of lost a little respect of I forget the YouTube's name, but he did the videos talking about ranking bosses from best to worst or whatever. He basically tried to incite that playing the game Code Vein without summons is more ideal, even though it's literally the whole point of the game or whatever the fuck. And the sentence that he made just really pissed me off. I might actually play it, or I might like find a transcript of it. I don't want to deal with some bullshit, to be honest. But I'll probably play it just for a minute after I beat Vegeta's ass again. Oh God. I guess Miyazaki contacted Wings before the infamous Syndicate match, I guess. I think that's what it took place in. I forget. But yeah, I'm gonna play the opening clip for a minute. Democracy, that's the channel's name. Democracy, that's the channel name. Here we go. Alright, I'm gonna mute the mic so you can hear the obnoxious shit.
With 2017's The Ring City, FromSoft and Bandai Namco bid a phenomenal farewell to the Dark Souls series. In its wake, many games that take inspiration from the franchise have flourished. Samurai Souls brought us demon slaying with a deep stance-based combat system. Bug Souls merged Metroidvania and Souls-like with its own flavor to create a masterpiece. Gun Souls shoved more ads in boss fights than I ever thought possible. Penitent Souls gave me an intense fear of spike pits that I should probably consult a therapist about. Cup Souls brought journalists to their knees in a childish rage that gave us all a good chuckle. Bandicoot Souls brought us all together in unison to say, I'd rather take a covetous demon-sized Wumpa Fruit suppository than be subjected to that bridge ever again. And of course, FromSoft's own Shinobi Souls led us on a brilliant journey through the eyes of a ninja trying to sever the ties of immortality. I say Souls in jest. The reality is all of these games, barring the few wisecracks, have their own distinct identity that take prominent pieces of the series and mold it within their own formula to evolve the genre we've come to call Souls-like. Bandai Namco has delivered our next entry in this line of succession, and of any of the games I mentioned, this take leans the closest of all to the original blueprint. Welcome to Anime Souls, where the concept of combat arts became an entire fighting system and it's employed by big bazonga waifus. With much thanks to Bandai Namco for providing me a copy of the game, I've spent 30 hours sinking my teeth deep into Code Vein, and I can say with confidence that it's one of my favorite games of 2019. The combat has a satisfying punch to it that ascends to electrifying heights with the gift system. The resulting builds offer far more variety than most of the games previously mentioned. The character creator is one of the most robust and weed-tastic I've ever seen. The world design makes for a satisfying journey through each and every level, and at the end are some of the finest bosses the genre has to offer. Today I'll be sharing with you my take on their difficulty based on my initial playthrough, so keep that in mind as the list unfolds. Without further ado, here are the Code Vein bosses ranked from easiest to hardest. Number 17, Attendant of the Relics. It's like True King a lot.
Okay, the part that's coming up is coming up in a minute. Okay, here we go. It's a little bit further in. Hopefully you can hear it.
But hot. He doesn't make it much of a competition, but if I'm gonna have lore battles, by God I want them to feature halberd-wielding she-demons. When I allude to the legendary True King Allant, I mean to say that this fight has absolutely no value outside of lore. The armored lads in the hallway put up more of a fight than the attendant. She's so weak I didn't even bother to think about dodging or healing, at least until I was on the ropes for fighting in lethargic autopilot. But backing off and healing was no problem at all. Like the Sludge Toad, this is the type of fight you have to try to die in, which is kind of the point. The attendants bear a striking resemblance to your partner in crime, so you may feel remorse taking one down to carve a path to the end. In my case, the only remorse I felt was that this fight didn't offer something more in terms of challenge. Number 16, Oliver Collins. The game's first boss's lucky True Queen attendant exists because it's a laughable affair. For the first half, he gives his best effort to pancake you in vain thanks to agility that makes a snail look like a cocaine-fueled jaguar. His second phase turns the pathetic boy into a bloated monster with a big hammer. Not that it's complex, swing or slam is all he has to offer. In fairness, it is the first boss of the game. I was still getting used to the flow of combat and my healing was limited, so there is a recipe for some difficulty. Unfortunately, that recipe never comes to fruition thanks to Louis. Louis, it's as if you hardly knew me. There's a reason I prefer to go it alone in the arena. Without some kind of careful balancing, co-op doesn't allow you to experience the full rush of battle. In the case of Code Vein, split aggro is a huge tip of the scale in your favor. When you're the only target, you have to take every bit of the boss's aggression. With a partner, you'll have far more chances to heal, less attacks to chance that HP on, and opportunities to attack at no risk to yourself. Not to mention if your dial reaches 0, your ally can sacrifice their own HP to resurrect you. It alters the challenge in a way that doesn't suit my taste or stubborn pride, so although I fully believe Code Vein not only intends for you to take on the entirety of the game with a partner, and balances both the areas and bosses with that in mind, I made the choice to solo every boss after this mandatory partnership. But thanks to it, and the simple mechanics Oliver offers, he ranks as a whelp that can hardly pass a lore throwaway. Number 15.
Yeah, that's the thing I don't understand. It's like... That's just the part that really made me piss off. It's like... Shit. Just listening to that again almost made me awaken the demons. Like, that shit just sounds so fucking stupid. Like, what is so wrong with a game having a summon in such ways? Or whatever the fuck. It's basically a permanent white phantom that you can actually shut up if you want to. Most games with an AI partner, you can't really keep them quiet or whatever, and yet you can actually do it in Code Vein. Or, of course, the game having English and Japanese voiceovers or whatever, you can basically play the game how you want. But how the fuck is Code Vein having an AI partner, like, ruin the game in some way? It's just fucking bullshit, honestly. I also have to wonder why people give Code Vein shit for being anime Souls, but yet Dark Souls is fucking Western Berserk. But nobody wants to have that conversation, no sir. I mean, it's obvious that Dark Souls takes references to Berserk, which is nothing wrong with that, but you can't crap on another game for doing what is basically doing the same thing, but just not as well known, I guess. I'm not exactly the biggest knowledge nut on Berserker, but I know the series a little bit, and there's even clear shot-for-shot comparisons. It doesn't ruin the game per se, as I feel that the Souls games has its own identity despite taking inspiration, but you can't exactly crap on another game for basically what people are giving a pass at Dark Souls for. It's fucking retarded. I do wish the Souls games had something like that, but I guess as they say, if they didn't want you to do that, they didn't want you to do that. But I guess that's what mods are for, and I guess that's just how the game is. But it's that type of mentality where people are like, you're not playing the game correctly if you're not using this feature, whatever. Well, Code Vein gives us the option, yet people still want to fucking bitch anyway. So what the fuck do you want? Yes, because God forbid it's a bad thing people have choice how they want to play their fucking game. How fucking retarded. I don't know, that particular video just drives me up the wall in such ridiculous ways. I don't know about you, but that just really fucking drives me up the wall, to be honest. It's like people who crap on Salt and Sanctuary, even though it's basically founded by the same foundation that Dark Souls does. It's just that it's not as popular as Dark Souls. So let's just crap on it for having lore that makes no fucking sense over it. It's so fucking retarded, dude. I do believe Salt and Sanctuary is the better game, though. Salt and Sacrifice, I don't feel is as good, but it's still decent, I guess. At least both games, at least the second game still has local multiplayer. So, if it's a game you and the girlfriend want to play through, it could be a good time. But I still recommend playing through the original game. To be honest, I feel it has a lot more refinement compared to the anticipated sequel. To be honest. But hey, I guess me using my words or saying slop is like me being a Krabacat, right? Oh well. Yeah, I'm just checking something on my external hard drive. Let him enjoy his slop. Nah, fair enough, I guess. I don't mean to be an asshole. It's just like people just fucking weird sometimes. I wouldn't exactly call Democracy a bad person. It's just that take just really fucking annoys the shit out of me. Like, people even got mad at him when he brought up the... he made a whole video response about it, too, with one of the status ailments. Not status ailments, excuse me. There was some video he did about Sekiro where he made a 10 things I hate about Sekiro, which is exactly where my inspiration came from, in case you're wondering what it could do with Neo, which nobody watched, but that's whatever. He made a comment on one of the videos from Sekiro. I guess it led to him doing a whole response video. But that comment with the Code Vein thing is just like, wow. I guess it's stupid shit, but it's nothing worth endorsing a fucking swatting or DDoS attack or whatever the fuck. It's just said something stupid and I just watched someone else. Some people take that way too far, unfortunately. But even people say that I have like narcissistic complexiority, whatever the fuck. Can't even speak because of the whole Fortnite skin shit. I don't like this skin. Ruined forever. Wow, you go on a 50-page rant about Elden Ring again. Okay. Oh yeah, you're talking about Forsake. I'm sorry, but yeah, that's really pissed me off, to be honest. Got to go to therapy for that one, I think. I guess that's why I guess that's why they say don't meet your heroes. But it's just really annoying that even if you're trying to like actually explain why you don't like something, if you so much as use a triggering word, it just people associate with someone else who's people basically concluded that oh, old game better, new game bad. I don't know. Yeah, I don't mean to intertwine on it. I'm just venting is all. But to be fair, at least I haven't dealt with it for a good while. But it just makes me think of how people think I'm like narcissistic and how other people actually are, like Mr. Sparrow, who actually is a narcissistic asshole. Yeah, exactly. Like if I want to play Dead Rising, I'll play the PC port or whatever. Or whatever. Just I don't know. I don't mean to be one of those people. I just I don't even know, to be honest. Let's see. I should probably have enough. Probably go a couple more times. But yeah, I've been playing for Akiba's Ship again. I actually really do like that game. I like the sequel a lot more, to be honest. The combat in there is a lot more interesting compared to the original. Which both games have a lot of replay value. It's just that the first game's combat is just so shit, while the second one is not as better, but it is significantly improved to fit within the mannerisms of the game, I guess, if that makes sense. It's like playing Street Fighter 1 compared to playing like Street Fighter Alpha in a weird way. And it's funny because Street Fighter Alpha is supposed to take place before Street Fighter, and yet it's significantly more anime compared to like the other games that came out after. Wow, I can't believe Street Fighter is going all anime and stuff. Oh, you mean the same company that made a little anime based on Street Fighter 2, and that Capcom is literally a Japanese company? Never would have guessed. That's like one of the most dumbest arguments whenever people criticize Street Fighter, honestly. It's like Capcom does a lot of stupid shit, but it's like if you're gonna say that their fighting games are too anime, it's a fucking Japanese company. What the fuck do you want? I haven't played MechWarrior, to be honest. I'm surprised the series is still going. I think the series is still being released on GOG, right? GoodOldGames.com. I think I've also mentioned on Discord that they actually, that they finally have the original Resident Evil 3 up on there, so you can actually buy that along with the other two games if you want to support Capcom, I guess. But oh wait, the resolution isn't as good as the fan-made packed one, so it's not worth the money. No joke, I've actually seen people saying that you shouldn't buy Metal Gear on GOG or whatever, and it's just like... Okay? It was fucking stupid. It was just a really stupid video, to be honest. But yeah, that's how I feel with Shades to Rogue 2, honestly. The only thing that sucks is it doesn't come out until like October 24th, I think. And you can't even pre-purchase it. But it's fun, I guess. I do have it wishlisted, so I guess I'll get some Steam credit or whatever, and I'll buy it whenever it releases. I did finally complete all of the big quests and for the regular characters. So I'll probably have to do the DLC characters at some point. It won't take me nearly as long, but I do want to make sure I back up the game proper, so I can put that game to bed and just move on to other better things for the time being. I definitely need to do a lot more backlog games on Xbox or whatever, and even the PC stuff too. It's just that the hard drives that I have, if I try to install something, it just like acts as a disconnect or whatever, and it's just really annoying. I think the hard drive itself just might be fucked or something. I'll probably get a cheat table for Resident Evil 3, to be honest. You'll have, like, no experience in it whatsoever. I did one for Resident Evil 1 and 2. Should be fairly easy if the game's coding for cheat engine will allow me to do so. I also want to play for Dead Rising 4 on the PC version, but I think the game just, like, I guess I don't have a decent enough specs to run it, unfortunately, so I'll probably do the DLC on console, even though I really want to play it on PC. Oh well. Probably record footage for that, and if I feel like talking about Dead Rising again, I'll use that as the footage, I guess. Dead Rising fans really are like the most hypocritical fan base out there, to be honest. They're probably the worst out of the Capcom bunch, to be honest. Like, they want to go on about people, old game new, new game bad. They literally do that for, like, Dead Rising 4, and it's like, yeah, I know, obviously the story is not that good, and they obviously did whatever the fuck to the gameplay, but it's like, it's so fucking stupid. It's like they just assume the worst no matter what. That's just not healthy at all. I'd probably say second worst would be like Mega Man fans, because I think they got their panties in a knot when the fucking Funko Pop game announced that there was a Mega Man crossover, and I'm like, we didn't get another Mega Man game. This is fucking stupid, Capcom. Yeah, well, tell that to the various people who never got, like, a modern re-release of a game. Unless your name is Dino Crisis. It sucks only putting the first one out there, but maybe I'll do the second game at some point. And at least it's not a shitty remake. So, even as long as it's not an uncensored PlayStation port, it should be good. Alright, I'll give it a watch. I'm not gonna get off too, to be honest. Probably gonna get nearly much traffic unless I get random bots talking about good old GC. No, not that GC from Tekken. The man in the sky. With his stupid ass wheel. But at least I'm enjoying it, I guess. It'd just be nice if I grew a little bit more, so I have more regulars, I guess. But maybe in due time, I guess. Just gotta find a thing that clicks, I guess, and hopefully they stick around. Oops. Oh yeah, that sounds like fun. Well, I'm sure it'll be a paid rewarding experience. But yeah, I'll probably do this a couple more times before I get off myself, to be honest. I apologize if the gameplay's been quite homogenized, but that is unfortunately the result of grinding per se. At least I'm not hating myself while playing it, at least. So at least it's that. It's the real definition of a chill stream, besides bringing up the stupid shit from time to time, but it's more just like an actual chill stream, at least to me. Alright, Mr. Machiavelli, thanks for the company. I'll have to catch that video soon. Probably check it out before I head on out. I won't. As much as fun it would be to watch Vegeta getting featured on browsers, there is a limit for how long this can go on for. There we go. Alright, let me see if the Mrs. Z is still streaming. Oh, cool. I'll have to check it out. Oh. It's not playing it right now. Okay. Question mark? Alright. Alright, well I'll check that out in a minute. I want to see how it does in Escapist 2. I actually like that game, by the way. The way I play it probably be really boring, but I don't hate the idea of playing it. I just don't really like the music, to be honest, but that's like the most minor nitpick of all time. Alright, let's yeah, I got a lot of Zenny, by the way. Just in that one mission alone. It's crazy. And I have absolutely nothing to spend it on. That's like the worst part, to be honest. I have literally nothing to spend Zenny on. Oh, wow. I actually want to see something before we head on out. Okay. Oh yeah, I have to... Angle's helmet. Oh, okay. Alright. Alright, I'm probably gonna get off, to be honest. I'm gonna probably do this off stream and I'll probably go to bed. Well, bye.